Alright guys, I'm doing the double upload again. I was trying to go live on YouTube, but I don't know how to do that, but I'm not set up for it. So anyway, going live on Facebook. Alright, Alice, I'm gonna help you do this lesson right after this, but let me just tell you guys what's going on. Apparently, a long time ago, not that long, maybe a few months back, before I was completely rabid like I am now, the symptoms were just starting to set in. I had put some comment on some Larry Krohn video. I never understand why people use a long line. Sure, that's, not a compliment, but I was waiting for a reasonable explanation, which never came. So this morning, someone went on there who knows nothing about dogs, some bulldog breeder, and says, well, the reason they use the long line is so that the dog can feel more free, and so it's not on a 4 or 5 foot leash. My response was, long lines are for pet owners, not serious pro trainers. So Larry Krohn comes back on there and tells this woman, I'm obsessed with him. Okay, Larry, I'm obsessed with you. You're an unattractive, overweight, middle-aged man who doesn't have any training talent, and I'm obsessed with you? Who knows, maybe I am. They know I'm crazy. Anyway, so then I wasn't even going to do the show today. But after this, I decided to do it. Hi, Alice. Yeah, Alice, right after I got done talking to you, I got a notification on YouTube that Larry Krohn said I was obsessed with him. So I'll tell you what we're doing. We're getting ready to go over your video, Larry. We're getting ready to go over your video, and I'm going to point out everything that I see wrong. And I'm not going to use that old video because I do see you're at least moving around in this new video a little more. And how in God's name would you know I was obsessed with you unless you're watching my videos? I only get your videos when people just show me little clips of some terrible thing. So anyway, this is Larry Krohn, e-collar expert. This video was uploaded conditioning a German Shepherd puppy to the e-collar remote collar first lesson. So kind of similar to what hey girl. Anyway, guys, Cher is here. I want to tell you guys who Cher is. Cher is somebody, you better not show her how to do anything because she'll be able to do it better than you in 10 minutes. I'm showing her everything I know. Anyway, so here we are, Larry. I'm going to tell you the first thing I'm going to point out. You've got to get in shape, Larry. I'm older than you are. I run 2 miles every morning. You cannot be a serious pro trainer unless you take some measure to be physical. If you said training doesn't require physicality, it does for serious pros. It does for, I'm older than you, Larry. I mean, I can outrun you. And you think I'm obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with a man I can outrun? Does that sound even believable? Okay, so the first thing, it starts out, he's in his driveway. I don't know anybody who is a serious that lives in a freaking subdivision and doesn't even have a fenced-in yard. What kind of commitment do you have to this work, Larry? You don't even have a fenced-in yard. You don't even have a fenced-in yard. You live in a subdivision. You're a 2-week at-home fucking trainer. Don't you come at me and tell me I'm obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with the fact that every trainer on Greg's page is terrible and you're the leader of the terrible trainers. That's what I'm obsessed with. Yeah, oh, I'm insane. Just ask my psychiatrist. I've got like 3 of them. A whole team of them work on me night and day. And I was holding it together real good. I was kind of sad and discouraged this morning because I felt like people were taking advantage of me. And I just kind of had compassion fatigue. But then when you said I was obsessed with you, I just snapped. I snapped. Anyway, so it starts out, you're rubbing the dog's head. The dog has its head in an odd angle, trying to kind of push her hand away. Okay, hang on, let me go back. And, here's an idea, Larry. Okay, you start out rubbing its head, so you've given yourself away. Buy some land. Sell this freaking house, move out to the country, and have a fucking fenced-in area where you can do serious work. I would not have discovered how to do all this recalls and all this shit. Loyalty can't be found at the end of a leash, Larry. It's an 11-minute video, so if you guys need to get your coffee or whatever, I'll give you a minute. So it starts out, he's rubbing the dog's head. He's got the thing. It's 7 months old. So it's the same age as that little lab I just conditioned, Parker. Yeah, okay, the dog dictates the training to this moron. Uh-huh, recall, very good. Well, that's debatable, Larry. Oh, a little absent-minded. This is the kind of vernacular these people use to cover up their mistakes. Okay, well, I'm going to tune back in to see the end result of this dog. And here's an idea, Larry. Take it into town. I can't even listen to this drivel. Let's just move up to the part where you're hitting the dog with the nick. I will give you credit. You're moving around a little more. Okay, we're 2 minutes into it. You're still talking. Yeah, we're 3 minutes into it. You're still talking. Okay, you got the leash all wadded up in your hand. You don't even, uh-huh. Suddenly he's moving. Uh-huh. This was only a week ago. He wasn't moving in the other one. Yeah, I can go back and find some old videos, Larry, where you're just standing there. So uses the word yes. Can you be any more cliche? The dog just immediately goes away and he's going after it and petting it. It jumps away, Larry. Stop, stop. Let me write a note here. At 4 minutes and 53 seconds, the dog moves away from you, goes to the grass. You move towards it, reach your fucking gorilla hand out, and it jumps away. Now your long line's all tangled. That's why he just jumped away from you? Trust you, please. This dog couldn't care less about you. That's why these people keep him on a long line. Training in flip flops, Larry, stop it. Oh, stop it. Then why are you hitting it with the nick, Larry? It's learning a very slow recall, is what it's learning. Uh huh, okay. There's never even any cars on this street. Random saying the name. If this stops on a dime and comes my way, please. If it was really learning, it would stay by you. Let's go to the end. Oh, God, now he's progressed to hitting it with constant. He just keeps mentioning this sound box that Greg gave him. Oh, my God, he's doing it as it moves towards him. Yeah, it's looking around now like it doesn't know what just happened. It's certainly not saying I'm obsessed with Larry Krohn. I'll tell you how obsessed with you I am. As obsessed as that dog is. Oh my freaking God. He's waiting until the dog is 3 feet from him and hitting the constant and getting it to. This is why this dog keeps going away. All from 10, 15 feet away. No, it doesn't. I already figured out years ago, Larry, these people can't figure out the sound box. Now he's untangling the long line again. Okay, good. Because you have the dog is. If this dog was going to do it, it would. Oh my God. I'm going to tell you guys when you don't want to do the constant. When the dog is moving towards you, you're eventually making, if you do it like that, I'm just going to, this is a very good example to tell you guys, you never want that. That's why I always do it to turn the dog. It's never happened. Okay, now he's doing a big barrel rub on its head. It's gone again. Please stop. And then he just throws the food on the ground. Yeah, that's making a good association with the handler, Larry. At least get a platform, get a fenced in area, anything. Get a training room, rent a fucking training building. You're claiming that you're a serious pro doing serious work in a driveway of a subdivision with a long line and Greg's remote, and you think I'm upset. You're no Mark Patton, Larry. You're no Mark Patton. I showed your video to a guy that trains Malinois for the Greek army. He didn't believe me. He said, "This is a pet owner." I said, "No, no, that's this guy claims to be a serious pro." He said, "No, pet owner." Like 5 different times, "No, pet owner." I said, "No." Bomb proof in 2 weeks. Okay, well, we're all, so I want you guys to all stay tuned in 2 weeks and see this bomb proof dog in his fucking driveway. The guy owns a doodle. Yeah, let's have another look. This guy, and you know, and if I said to you, show me this guy's most advanced dog, please don't show me that Malinois with the head shaking, where he's trying to send it onto the utility box. Buy a platform, Larry. Oh, okay. Oh, he does have the leash off now. Oh, Laura's coming over. Oh, God, I mean, I don't know how anybody can listen to this guy babble on. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. More, sending it to the place. Okay, yeah, let's see that. He just babbles. He goes, "You've got to be much more concise. You can't just over here, Halo. Come on, Halo." That's what it sounds like to the dog. And then randomly just, I can tell you the other, you cannot just keep randomly saying the dog's name. All this dog hears is Halo, Halo. Now he's stepping towards it. Now he's pointing for down. If it wants to go to a down from a sit, Larry, it's because you taught sit as a precursor to down. I've not ever seen any work of yours that even remotely impressed me. I've got to say, you must be watching my videos to know that I'm obsessed with you. And it does look like you are starting to use more food, but the dog isn't in drive, Larry. This dog is not in drive. It's about 2 clicks below drive. You've got to learn the difference. And if you people at home said, "What's the difference?" The velocity. The velocity. Oh, you don't like him either. No, I mean, I would have left it with that if he didn't actually delusion himself to thinking. So now he's combining stay and heal, making it heal. You're putting a flip on a 2 week training job. You know, here's an idea. Save that for the advanced. Good boy, Halo. I'm going to tell you why you don't want to keep using the dog's name like that. Because if you said, "What do pet owners say when their dog runs out the door at the dog's name?" And so this son of a bitch has desensitized all this dog halo, 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 halo. Doesn't mean anything. His body language is sloppy. The yes, I cannot stand that. I have to unfriend anybody that says that. You've got to stop saying that. It's so cliche. It is so cliche. I don't have my glasses on, you guys, but I see all of you there. Anyway, Alice is like, "Get rid of this guy." even if, I don't know how long this has been, but this dog, all he does is, and then throws food on the ground. I can't watch anymore. You're right, Al. I got to block this idiot because I think he's come back and said something, but I'm putting this on YouTube too. I'm not obsessed with you, Larry. I think you're a terrible trainer. If you think I'm a terrible trainer, that's fine. Then we're both agree about each other. But I'm going to tell you, I've showed your videos to Mark. And if you said, who's Mark? He is the all-time high Derby point winner with 18 wins in 2015, 18 first place wins. He thinks you're terrible. I showed it to the Greek guy. He insisted you were a pet owner. And I've got a couple other competitive friends. I'm just going to send them that don't speak English. I'm going to send them your videos and see what they think. So, no, Larry, I'm not obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with the fact that how anybody that lives in a subdivision that doesn't even have a fenced-in yard goes online and trains dogs for 2 weeks, and the most advanced dog they have shakes its head chronically, uh, thinks that they're some expert. And the only reason anybody listens to you is because of that ridiculous Greg, and he's next. He's next. Not that we haven't already had dozens of. He's called frenemy of the state. One time I texted him, I said, we're best frenemies forever. And he was like, oh, thank you. He didn't know what that meant. Anyway, but now we've gone from frenemy to arch enemy. So yeah, Larry Krohn, your training blows. It's ridiculous. Rent a building. Oh, you're this great expert. Rent a fucking training building like all these other people do, or get a training room in your house, like these people that are committed to this work. This is the life's work that you've produced in your 50s. This is the culmination. A fucking dog on a long line after 20 fucking years of training. That is bullshit. No training room, nothing. One little platform in your driveway. Your kid has a fucking doodle. That right there, and people ought to hate you just for that. Who promotes that? Where's that thing? That thing ought to be leaping and doing all this stuff like all mine are by now. You've been training it. Anyway, Larry, I'm not obsessed with you. But I am clinically insane, so, these guys will tell you. So that's the title of this video. I'm obsessed with Larry Krohn. I'm actually really jealous that his kid's doodle is better than all my dogs, and that, my clients have to sign dogs up for 2 months of training, and he can do it all in 2 weeks. So anyway, Alice, I'm going to ring you on Facebook right now, and I'm sorry, you guys. I really wasn't going to have a live show today. I was just having compassion fatigue because everyone takes advantage of me. And I'll tell you who's not going to take advantage of me, Larry Krohn, by saying that he thinks I'm obsessed with him. I've bought land, Larry. I bought land 25 years ago so that I could do my work with dogs. I didn't even really understand then what all was going to happen. I was just doing it because that's all I knew how to do. And I didn't understand it would be my mission to take these collars and show people a better way to use them. Have you ever heard of that saying, Larry? The nature of genius is making inventions for idiots 20 years later. And if you even knew who Jim and Phyllis Dobbs were, or even studied their work, and based on the garbage you're producing, you don't know anything about it, because I've never heard you say 3-action introduction. You do seem to suddenly be whipping out food, which you never did before, but stop rubbing their head. No dog says to itself, I want this big hairy ape rubbing my head. No dog says that. I'm not obsessed with you, Larry. But though based on this video, it does seem like I am. I'm calling you right now, Alice. I'm going to maybe try to record it, Alice, because Alice has got a 3-year-old dog that attacked another dog. And I'm going to tell you guys at home, if you're a dog trainer, this is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to see. And this is what you're going to try to remember. You're going to see a lot of 9-month-old dogs. Because the people have tried doing everything right and things have fallen. At 9 months, this thing's a teenager. It's falling apart. You're going to see a lot of 3 to 4-year-old dogs for aggression issues. Some of those can be fixed if it's not too bad. But what you need to understand is you're reaping what you've sown. So whatever they've done has led them up to that point. So this behavior of being reactive on the leash and everything, for people to say I wasn't, an accomplice to all that, yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. They were the accomplice. They created that behavior. And then you're going to see 8-year-old dogs. I can't tell you the number of 8-year-old dogs I've trained. And you've got to really do a case history. If it's a dog that's aggressive, like that dog Blazer, as long as there's no kids and anything, and that's their everything, I will do it. If there's kids or whatever, and this thing is dangerous, and they want to give it to a home where there's no other pets and no other. There's nothing like that. If the thing is capable, and JC sent me that picture yesterday of some pit bull just mauled its housemate. I mean, just tore this thing up. And I said, any dog that did that needs to be dead today. Some other woman messaged me. I don't know if you're watching, Susan. And I mean, you know how I am. They had this pit bull, 10-month-old, that was going after their other dog, albeit they claim the other dog was attacking it. It was attacking it out of defense. And it had all these issues. And so they just gave it away to somebody else, just give their problem. And she's so sad, and my telling her these things and telling her these people better get it trained and stuff was just making a sad situation. Okay, if the saddest thing that ever happened to you in your freaking life is giving away an aggressive pit bull, get over it. You see, I was all sad earlier. Look what happened to me. Look what Larry Krohn did to me. Jessica, if you're watching, tell Joshua I'm headed to the emergency room. I'm sure they've got some kind of pills. I need to get hold of Mark. He needs to get me on that IV. Mark the doctor, not Mark the dog trainer, could get me on an IV, a walking IV with a Valium drip. I wouldn't know. I would just kind of walk around calm. I could wheel the thing around with the dogs. It would be great. I could hang the pager on there. All right, guys, I got to go do this lesson. JD, oh, hey. Oh, JD, I know you like Larry Krohn, but I just ripped him apart like a fucking hyena. And JD, you have a training building. You have land. You didn't say I'm going to be a dog trainer. I'll move to a subdivision and because I can guarantee what this guy's going to say about me saying he can't have a fenced-in yard. The HOA won't allow it. What fucking dog trainer lives in an HOA? It's like that bitch Kimberly Goddard, that bully breeder basher that went on my page because of some woman I helped. And when I wouldn't help her anymore, she fucking got this Kimberly Goddard to come on my page and claim that she's some rescue woman. You live in an HOA, lady. I got a house full of rescue dogs. Oh, she's next. Anyway, guys, I got to go do the lesson with Alice, and I'm going to try to work on some trained retrieves this morning because I got them all going good. Bye, guys. Yeah, we got some good viewage on that video. So yeah, Larry, that's what it is. I'm obsessed with you. Why? You live in an HOA. If you're trying to explain to me that all these women are obsessed with you, maybe those little chunky girls like that Becky, or whatever that girl's name is, Tara or whatever, but not me. Not me. The friends that I have that are dog trainers are serious pros. So, here's an idea, Larry. You claim Bart Malone's your big friend. Buy the Chameleon, Larry. Buy the fucking Chameleon, Larry. I have 2 of them. One of them got chewed up. I'll probably buy another one. Buy the fucking Chameleon, Larry. I want to see you in a video with the fucking Chameleon. Or will Greg have a little hissy fit? Get the Chameleon, Larry. Get the Chameleon.